huge!
Welcome to Channel 4 News. This is your host, Dale Dent. And tonight, on this very special New Year's Eve of 1929, we'll be talking about the roaring 20s, a time full of change, dramatic in social and political change. In the 1920s, more Americans lived in cities than on farms. Our nation's wealth doubled, making Americans a consumer society due to people buying the same goods as each other. Americans also listened to the same music, introducing jazz music onto the mainstream. People also did the Charleston, with many new dances coming onto the scene. And how about that new slang, such as Jack, Wayne Doodle for jazz, hooch. And hooch, which brings me into my next point, prohibition. Come on now, government. We're dying of thirst here. We want to get crazy some nights, so come on. Tonight, we'll be going over sports with an exclusive interview with Babe Ruth, new slang, and leisure changes.
Hello, we're here today with George Herman Ruth. And in the 20s, sports became very popular because people had a lot of leisure time to go and do other activities. So we're here today with Mr. Babe Ruth.
Hello, how you guys doing today?
Hello, Ruth. So you've been pretty busy. Could we ask you a few questions?
Yeah, as many as you guys need.
All right. So could you tell us some interesting facts about yourself?
The only reason I got good at baseball is we used to throw rocks at the church window because our school was based on a church. So we used to break the windows and get suspended.
So you're a pretty bad kid then?
A little bit, yes, very.
Babe Ruth, what would you say is so important about sports in the 1920s?
Well, playing baseball, you just gotta think about the kids and bringing communities together and making the world better playing baseball and keeping in school and stuff. And
When you say it brings communities together?
yeah, like you can bring people together. Like there was racism and stuff. It brings people together just playing the game of baseball.
Thank you for your time, Babe Ruth.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome.
Wet blanket means putting a damper on things, beeswax means business, and Wayne Doodle means jazz.
Welcome back to Channel 4 News. Up next, we have changes for women and prohibition.
Hi, I'm Maddie and I'm with Channel 4 News and I'm going to be interviewing Slasha.
Hey girl.
Hi. Alright, can you tell me what the last decade was like for women?
Oh yeah. For us, women in the upper and middle class, it was great. We got to vote, and us women, we made up, a large deal to the workforce.
Can you tell me how many women that was?
Well, us girls, we made up from, 7 million to 11 million, like we increased that much. From 1919 to 1929, that was all us. 50% of the workforce. Holla!
Alright, and now I see you in this lovely dress, but don't you think it might be a little bit inappropriate?
No, girl. Us flappers, we have short hair, short dresses, fun, loving attitudes, and it just shows our independence and freedom of all women.
Alright, don't women also smoke cigarettes, ride bikes, and drive cars?
Girl.
Alright, now can you tell me more about being a woman in the 1920s?
Oh yeah. Well, ever since the National Woman's Party proposal on sexual discrimination in 1923, it became way more acceptable for us women to live away from home and be a working single lady.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah.
Well, thank you
nice.
for answering my question.
Oh, thank you for putting me on here. Thank you so much. Thank you guys. Thank you. Okay, I'm all good.
Dale, you're on.
Prohibition began on January 16, 1920, under the 18th Amendment. It was originally instituted to help make families not beaten from people under alcohol use. And tonight, we are going to go into an exclusive interview with one of the New York City speakeasies named Saul. Prepare to get spliflicated.
Take a seat, my friend. Take a seat. It's crazy. It's like if that Afghan stuff I had is good stuff. Met that blue oyster stuff I had and had a baby. Then that baby met the baby from that Northern Lights stuff I had with that red espresso snowflake stuff I had. And by some miracle chance, those two babies had a baby. Dude, Pineapple
That
Express.
sounds pretty crazy.
It's pretty crazy.
Sounds like it would get really spliflicated.
Oh yeah. This huge is the top of the line.
Like a good hair dog.
Oh yeah.
Is that the pineapple?
Oh yeah, this is pineapple.
Oh,
This is
cool.
pineapple.
Ah,
You
man.
good?
It's powerful.
Here we go, dude. There's a little extra for the road.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Alright, nice seeing you today.
Nice to see
See
you
you
too.
later, man.
Keep up the work. You know, being a news anchor, man. That feels cool.
Yeah, dude. We might have something kind of about you tonight, you know?
Oh.
So now that we got the Pineapple Express, we can truly talk about Prohibition. Prohibition was meant to do some good things, such as decrease violence in families. But did it really do this? No. Prohibition made organized crime grow. Right? Mobsters thrived, and unemployment increased. It really had the reverse effect of what it wanted, the 18th Amendment. Public drunkenness rose, and so did drunken driving. So tell me this, government. Was making this go away really worth it? I think not. Welcome back. Up next, we have our segments on jazz and Harlem Reds.
Welcome to Channel 4 News. I'm here with Bix Beiderbecke, talking about his jazz career today. How you doing, Bix?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. Why do you think you're so good at jazz?
I don't know. I'm white, so that makes it a lot easier for me to have a career in this music.
All right. What is your favorite jazz song to play?
April in Paris, and I think we're gonna play that right now for you guys.
Sounds great.
Thank you, Langston, for joining us here in the studio today. And we're going to be discussing the topic of the Harlem Renaissance. Why do you think the Harlem Renaissance was so important?
Well, the Harlem Renaissance, I feel like, is so important because it's really developed a literary, artistic, and intellectual movement that's kind of rekindled the identity of African Americans.
How do you think this will affect the future generations of African Americans?
Well, we are really impressed at this point in time, and when we start fighting for our rights more, I feel like what we're doing right now is going to be a symbol for us looking forward to advance our rights.
And do you feel like you guys get the recognition that you deserve right now?
Definitely not by the mainstream. but by our audience, we are greatly received, but not by everyone, which is really should be received.
Thank you for joining us here
Thank
today,
you.
Winston. I hope to see you here again soon.
I hope so too.